Shalom, shalom, y'all. I'm gonna do this real quick. Welcome to another Hebrews in the Hood, my Shebrews and Hebrews. It's your brother Mikael Ben Israel, aka Jeshurun. Know that's a lot of noise, man. Doing some stuff on these trains, right? So I hope y'all can hear me. Give me a one if y'all can hear me. So I might have to come back, go out and come back in if this train start moving. But I want to say something, right? I had something. First off, I gotta say, hey, y'all don't mind, I got bit on the forehead too, so I don't want y'all petty brews stand all at this bogus vermin bite on my forehead. But look, right. So man, right, I was talking to I was listening to this video just a minute ago on YouTube, right? And apparently Vocab Malone and G-Con, the Apology Squad is here in Chicago. I talked to him on the phone a couple of times before they came. I mean, even Vocab reached out and called me. You know, that was a shocker. You know, I thought he was terrified to talk to me. But I showed him some hospitality. So I'm supposed to meet him tomorrow. So I hope that go good, y'all. I hope don't nothing happen because I've been having people bagging out on me lately. But them been for debates. I'm not even trying to debate Vocab and G-Con them. Because I just seen the video and they was just downtown confronting GMS about an hour and a half ago, downtown Chicago. Man, it's hilarious. All I got to say is y'all might want to watch it for yourself, man. So I'm gonna show y'all some hospitality, man. You know what I'm saying? So man, it was wild. Y'all get a chance, go check out Sister Cherry page and y'all will see the video, right? It was downtown Chicago, like literally about 2 hours ago, maybe at the most, I guess. So on a more serious note, man, I'm making this video as a message, man. It's especially us that's in truth. When we come upon this knowledge that we don't lose the way of our heart, and that is things like kindness, meekness, love, and above all, charity. I put that there for a reason, man, because about a week and a half ago, I had a little encounter, and it's just been sticking with me. Y'all know I'm out here in the suburbs, and it's this little park I go to. It's a nice sized park. And I sit in there by myself sometimes. It's real quiet. It's got the pretty different colored trees, and it's rabbits running around everywhere and stuff. So I can get a peace of mind, right? And so I go sit there and I read scriptures. And sometimes I will go live from there. And so this particular day, I went up there, right? And I had some things on my mind. And I think we all guilty of this. You know, I had some financial things on my mind or whatever, because I've been, you know, slacking. I've been slacking a little bit. And so it's starting to catch up with me. So it ain't nothing like major, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna be out in the street or something like that. But the fact that I let it get to me, let me show you what the Lord did. So I'm sitting there, right? And I'm thinking, and I get a phone call. I get a phone call from somebody. So we talking, we having a deep conversation. And while I have a deep conversation, I see this couple walk up. It was a young brother and his wife. They was probably in their mid-20s. And so I didn't think much of it. They sat over there. I'm on the phone conversation for about an hour, right? We having a deep conversation. They listening because I got it on speakerphone. I usually talk on speaker because my phone is like, you see how busted up, see the screen cracked all up. It's raggedy. And so I have to talk on speaker sometimes. And so we were talking or whatever. We was talking about some deep stuff dealing with the nation of Israel and all that. And so we got off the phone. The brother said to me, hey, man, he introduced himself. He said, man, I was listening to your conversation. That was a deep conversation. This is my wife, you know. And so I said, what's up to him or whatever. And I want y'all to hear this real close, what happened next. The brother said, well, man, you want anything? You look a little upset, man, but I'm interested in that conversation you was having. I say, no, man, I'd be all right, man. But I guess he could see the countenance on my face. And so the brother say, man, you want something? I got a beer and a bag of chips. Now, mind you, I looked over there. The brother had 3 beers. It's him and his wife. And he had a big bag of chips. He tried to give me half. I say, no, man, I ain't hungry. And I'm cool. You can keep your beer, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't in no drinking mode right now. Then you know what the brother told me next? He said, man, whatever it is, you'll be all right, man. He said, me and my woman been homeless for years. He said they've been homeless. And I'm looking at them. I couldn't even tell they was homeless. I could see they still take care of themselves. And they say, yeah, man, we've been homeless for years, man. I'm like, well, where y'all sleeping at? They was like, you know, when it's warm outside, we sleep outside. You know, if not, we could find other places. And then it just crumbled me. It crumbled me because while I'm sitting there worried about some stuff that I know I'm gonna bounce back from, they homeless, but they offered me half of everything of what they had, man. Do you hear that? They offered me half of everything what they had, and it humbled me, and it kind of crushed me to the point where I was ashamed of myself, and it's been sticking with me ever since. I can't get it out of my mind. So I said the only thing I can do is do a lesson about it real quick, right? And here come the devil. You already know it. Here comes the devil. Here, 1 minute. I'm about to cut this out on YouTube. But that's actually not that loud. Can y'all hear me? If y'all can hear me, give me a 1. I don't see any comments. Oh, okay. What up, y'all? I couldn't see the comments. What up, Willie? Okay. Shabbat shalom. Hey, shalom, y'all. Yeah, there go the train. So y'all gonna have to give it like 5 minutes. It should be gone. And then I'm gonna get into this little quick. I only got like 8 or 9 precepts. Probably not even that many. But I want y'all to really think about what I'm about to say though, right? Yeah, and so when I put it on YouTube, I'm just gonna cut this out anyway. So y'all bear with me. Train don't look that long. It look like it only got about 29 more carts to go. Matter of fact, if y'all can hear me, just press 1, and I'm just gonna talk over it because it ain't gonna be here too long, and I ain't got all night. I'm trying to wrap this up before the Shabbat is over with. Can y'all hear me? What up, Dwayne Barton? I see you up in there. Shalom, Yehuda. What up, Cephas? What up, KCB? Okay. I know, right? But at least y'all can hear me. So, yeah, man. So when I'm about to move too. By the grace of God, hopefully it'll be next week. That's another reason I'm having some financial trouble because I'm moving. It's just all kind of stuff going on. But I'm not gonna miss this. I'm gonna miss the house. I love my yard. I love my back porch. But I'm not gonna miss this monstrosity right here. Thank you. Good Lord. So the monstrosity is gone, y'all. So thank you for all 15 people that bear with me. And hopefully that number will grow because I want people to really hear this message. So they gone. I will not let Satan defeat me today. And so, yeah, so like I was saying, man, you know, this homeless couple actually offered to give me half of everything that they had on them, which wasn't nothing but some potato chips and a beer. But the fact that they had that spirit on them, but I'm the one sitting there with the knowledge of the Most High. Oh, and then I didn't tell y'all this. Then the brother said after that, man, I told him, no, thank you. You know, the brother was like, yeah, man, you know, I heard what you were saying, man. I read my word every day. And he pulled out, he had a little New Testament Bible that he keep in his pocket. He's like, yeah, me and my wife read it every day. So that just really just did me in. So I automatically was obligated. I couldn't do nothing then but kick the word with them. So I whipped out my sword, man. I started asking them what they knew. And I asked them if they knew they was, you know, where they was from. Asked them if they knew if they was Israel. And, you know, and I told them that their times was going to get better and keep remaining to be decent and good people. And I told them the number one thing not to do while they going through this trial and tribulation is don't let nobody come between their marriage because they each other's strength. And it meant a whole lot to them when I said that. They looked at each other like, man, that's what we've been going through. I said, man, y'all stick together, man. You know what I'm saying? So by them building me up, I was able to build them up. You see what I'm saying? And so that was a beautiful thing. So it stuck with me. And so I went back up there, man, a few days ago, and I seen him again early in the morning. I made it my duty to sit with him and, you know, kick some book with him and everything, and they highly appreciate it. So I put their number in my phone because they had a phone, and I'm going to continue to rotate with them. So that's why my title is Charity Over Knowledge, y'all. Charity over knowledge. And I'm going to show you why I say that, because I think we get a little knowledge and we get puffed up sometimes and we start to forget about the little things of life that mean a whole lot to people. Like real talk, that mean a whole lot to people. So I want to go to First Peter chapter 4 real quick. First Peter chapter 4, and and when you're reading in context in the 4th chapter, you know, I could just start from verse 5. It says, who shall give account to him that is ready to judge the quick and the dead? For this cause was the gospel preached also to them that are dead, that they might be judged according to men in the flesh, but live according to God in spirit. But the end of all things is at hand. Be ye therefore sober and watch unto prayer, and above all things have fervent charity among yourselves, for charity shall cover the multitude of sins. Now that's deep, because we know we got to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. But he telling you charity covers the multitude of sins. So it ain't even just about how much you live the letter and the law or how much knowledge you know, but it's what you do to your fellow man and woman, man, to your neighbor. Because everybody on this earth knows somebody that got more than what you get. Oh, okay. Yeah, for sure. The microwave and the brain thing on the cell phone. Yeah. Yeah, good. I did know about that, Willie, but thanks for reminding me. So it says, charity covers the multitudes of sin. So it's people out there that's keeping the law, man. They got knowledge and wisdom that could probably just blow your mind, but they just probably shady. They just stingy. Like they probably step over homeless people every day. And I'm going to show you that ain't no good thing. So verse 9, just to complete it. So we see charity cover the multitude of sins, right? It says, use hospitality one to another without grudging. So we supposed to show hospitality towards one another. And it shouldn't be no grudges involved. Like, why? You a man and woman of God. Like, what on earth? I mean, you actually have seen the hope and the promises, man, of something way better than anything that's even significantly of some importance on this planet right now at this time. So I want to continue with that. I want to go to 1 Timothy real quick. I want to go to, like I said, I'm going to try to do this in a breezy fashion. I know I haven't been on in a while. 1 Timothy chapter 4, and I'm going to pick it up in verse 10. So this 1 Timothy chapter 4 and verse 10, it says, for therefore we both labor and suffer reproach, because we trust in the living God, who is the Savior of all men, especially of those that believe. These things command and teach. So we're supposed to teach people this. You know what I'm saying? That we are the servants of the true and living God and his son, Jesus Christ the Mashiach, right? Verse 12, let no man despise thy youth, but be thou an example of the believers in word, in conversation, in charity, in spirit, in faith, in purity. So we're supposed to literally be an example as the believers to, you know, people out here in the world. And a lot of that is dealing with our behavior, how we treat one another, how we interact. It says in our conversation, you know what I'm saying? Also in charity, in spirit, faith, in purity. So how we treat each other, like we should never need for nothing, long as we got each other and we in this truth. Because the way God got it set up, everybody ain't meant to be a millionaire or a billionaire or a trillionaire or a gazillionaire or whatever else. And everybody, you know, and so you're going to always have those different levels. It's like any other corporation, business, organization, or anything else. And so it's not always about that. And God don't have a problem. God like people to have money too. I don't know where people get that from, you know, because it is a lot of scriptures that talk about, that's talking about greedy, selfish, rich people. I can show you. Matter of fact, I'm going to show y'all something else too on that note. But this whole thing is he gives people with money for those who don't have money that they can basically look out for each other, because he going to constantly multiply what you got anyway. Now watch this. Proverbs, matter of fact, on that note, I'm just going to go on there. I'm going to go to Proverbs chapter 28, show y'all what I'm talking about, right? I wasn't going to go here yet, but since it just popped up in my mind, I'm going to go here. Proverbs chapter 28. You know, and I see why you see a lot of verses like that and people put emphasis on that is because it's them prosperity preachers are annoying. Like that's all they talk about. Like literally, they make you feel like if you're not pulling in 50 million a year, that you're not serving God. Like, you know what I'm saying? And but they don't have a problem with you breaking all type of laws and everything else, you know. And they greedy. They rarely do anything for the community. So let me read this real quick. Proverbs chapter 28, and I'm gonna read verse 27. Listen to this clip. He that giveth unto the poor shall not lack, but he that hideth his eyes shall have many a curse. Y'all hear that? So if I got $200 on me, right? I got $200 on me, right? And I see somebody laying out there homeless, right? I might even know this person, been going past them every other day. And this man tell me, man, he hurting. He ain't had nothing to eat in the week, blah, blah, blah. So I see he need this. And I don't even just peel off this man some money. Like it ain't no big deal. I should be able to peel him off some money. The Lord said, if you give to the poor, you will not lack. Meaning, whatever you make a year or whatever you've been making, if you just get charity here and there, and not because you feel like you obligated to do it, not because you feel guilty, you supposed, I'm going to show you where it say be a cheerful giver. You supposed to want to help these people. The Lord is going to double your fruit. I've seen it. He going to double your increase. So whatever you was already making, you might as well just add double to that. You're going to continue to be successful because you're doing his work. You see what I'm saying? Somebody got to do it. Everybody don't get what everybody get. You see what I'm saying? Just like when we learn this word of God, I know everybody don't know what I know. So I don't hold it to myself like a Mason or something. You know, this ain't no secret society of knowledge. I want everybody got the equal access to this understanding. You know what I'm saying? But the Lord just, they put it on everybody like that at this time. And so that's what the book say, man. Solomon said, and Solomon was richer than anybody. He said, look, man, you give money away, you will not lack. You know what I'm saying? You see people out there hurting for it, right? That don't mean be careless with it, just throwing it anywhere. But if you see somebody really need it, you're supposed to do that. So I'm going to continue with this. Let me go to 2 Timothy. I was checking out Brother Stevie lesson today. An old lesson he did. He sent me because I told him I was going to do one on charity. And he had most of the stuff I had, but he had some, man, he had some extra cutters in there too. So y'all get a chance. Y'all should pull up Brother Stevie lesson he did last year on I can't remember the title of it, but it had something to do with charity. But it was, man, it done brought a tear to my eye, but it was funny too though. 2 Timothy chapter 2, and I'm gonna pick it up at verse 20. So this 2 Timothy 2 and 20. Listen to this, y'all. Y'all see it's getting dark out here, so the Sabbath almost over. 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 20. It says, but in a great house there are not only vessels of gold and of silver, but also of wood and of earth, and some to honor and some to dishonor. And I always read this verse to people, like when they come in the truth, and especially like if they join a camp or something, and then they realize there's people in there that's just as faulty as the people in the streets and in the church. Hey, I said in every great house, man, is vessels of honor and dishonor. So no, you're going to have some people in there that know the truth. But I'm going to tell you something. I got a term, a phrase that I use. Everybody ain't in the truth. I tell people like this. You ain't in the truth. You just heard of it. Like, y'all need to start telling people that. I'm going to let y'all use that too. I ain't going to charge you. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't in the truth. They just heard of it. Like real talk. So you're going to have some vessels of dishonor. But let's see how you don't be one of those. Verse 21. If a man therefore purge himself from these, he shall be a vessel unto honor, sanctified, and meet for the master's use, and prepared unto every good work. So, you know, purge yourself from all the shady stuff that would make you be considered a vessel of dishonor. So you could be of use to the master, right? So watch this, verse 22. It says, flee also youthful lusts, but follow righteousness, faith, charity, peace, with them that call on the Lord out of a pure heart. So you're supposed to hide these qualities, man. And as you see, you can't get away from it. You're going to keep running into charity. And we're going to show you, you got to do it with a pure heart. Because there's some phony charity out there, too, that ain't even really charity. It's just people giving up stuff for tax write-offs, or they want to be seen like, look, I did this. I fed the poor. No, you're supposed to want to genuinely do it. That's how you know you're being quickened or changed. Your heart changing, man, like God. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to keep it breezing through. So I'm going to go to 1 Corinthians. So, yeah, man, it really was on my heart, man. When you bump into somebody that don't got nothing, but they willing to give you half of what they got. You know, it's just, man, Joe, it really checkmated me, like real talk. 1 Corinthians chapter 13. Y'all know one thing about me, man. I'm real when it comes to preaching this word. I just hang it all out there. I ain't ashamed of nothing. You know what I'm saying? First, so I hope this actually helps some of y'all that might be having a little something going on. 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 1 through 4. Listen to this. It says, though I speak with the tongues of men and of angels and have not charity, I am become as sounding brass or as a tinkling cymbal. Now, this is Paul, and what he's doing, he's kind of talking in like a, what's the term? He's kind of talking like in general. Like, I don't think he's not literally saying, like he's basically saying, like, you know, somebody be like, man, I got this, or I got knowledge, man. I can speak these languages. You know what I'm saying? I can even speak the language of angels, right? He said, but if I got not charity, man, my instruments, like they, you know, like they ain't no good. Now watch this, right? Verse 2. It say, and though I have the gift of prophecy and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and though I have all faith so that I could remove mountains and have not charity, I am nothing. So he said, man, I can have knowledge of everything, all the mysteries of the world, of the kingdom. I could know all the book, all the precepts, all the prophecies. You know what I'm saying? He already said he could speak all the languages. He even said he could have the strongest faith enough that he could move mountains. But if he don't got charity, he ain't got nothing. So if you can't help nobody, man, you got all this knowledge out there, man, that ain't doing no good. It's a cat out there starving, need a cheeseburger. He don't need you walking up to him talking about, yeah, you know, the encompasses of the emphasis of the left coronial temple. Look, man, all that ain't did him no good. Feed that man belly, man. He ain't trying to hit it. So you see what I'm saying? That's why I say some people just get useless knowledge. Like, it is not practical at all. So let me see this. So let's go to verse 3. It says, and though I bestow all my goods to feed the poor, and though I give my body to be burned and have not charity, it profit me nothing. Now peep that. He just said, I store all my stuff to feed the poor. But then he turned around and said, if I had not charity, it mean nothing. So that go to show you, just because you giving somebody something, don't make it charity. That's false charity. Because you might have another agenda on why you giving this stuff away. It could be just to look good, to make yourself look righteous. You know what I'm saying? You're not doing it out of the kindness of your heart. You're not doing it because those people really need it. So you know what this is teaching me? Although we can keep the laws, statutes, and commandments in which we must, your attitude can get you cut off. That's crazy. You could do all that to the letter, and if you got a jacked up train of thought, you can get cut off. I'm really peeping that, man. I'm starting to understand that more and more. So let me read verse 4. It says, charity suffereth long and is kind. Charity envieth not. Charity vaunteth not itself. Is not puffed up. Do y'all hear that? So now he giving you the characteristics of true charity. It's not puffed up. You hear that? It don't brag on itself. It said it doesn't envy anyone, and it is kind and long suffering. This is what charity is. You see what I'm saying? Now this is deep, because this switching the game up on what people thought charity was. You feel me? So this some real stuff right here. Peace, Hebrew. Yes, indeed. Keep the same energy with everything. Most definitely, Naisha. So I want to keep this flowing because, like I said, it's about to get dark on me. I only got a few more. Hopefully we get it done in time. But I hope somebody feeling this right here. I know I've been MIA for a while. So let me go back to Proverbs, right? I got to put more emphasis on this. So I'm going to go to Proverbs chapter 3. So this Proverbs chapter 3. Listen to this, y'all. Proverbs chapter 3, verse 27. It says, withhold not good from them to whom it is due, when it is in the power of thy hand to do it. Do you hear that? Don't withhold help from somebody if it's in your power to do it. So if you got some money to help somebody out and you know damn well it ain't gonna hurt you, he said, don't withhold, do it. Like, what you tripping for? Like, I'm the reason you got everything you got anyway, talking about God. As long as you keep the law, statutes, and commandments, and you stay on your business, because of course it take qualifications. If that's the case, everybody would be rich. You know what I'm saying? And he like, man, you stay on your business, man. I got you on that. He said, but if you able to do it, do it. You know what I'm saying? Now watch this. It says, withhold not good from these people that deserve to get good. Now watch this, verse 28. Say not to thy neighbor, go and come again, and tomorrow I will give, when thou hast it by thee. Now that's nasty, because I think we've all been guilty of that. I know I have back in the day, before I had like an inch of godly in me, right? This said, do not tell your neighbor, come back tomorrow, I'll give it to you when you got it sitting right there. That's the verse it said. So if somebody come to you and say, hey, man, I'm messed up, man. You know, man, such a wipe, we wipe you bam. And then while you at the door, you looking over on your dresser like, damn, I got exactly what he needs sitting right there. But, man, you know, I want to kick it tonight, man. I'm going to see what I got left tomorrow. And you just come on back tomorrow and I'm going to give it to you. Books say don't do that. Don't do that. Matter of fact, if you're going to do that, keep it. He don't even want you to give it to him now. The cat needed it right then and there. You had it. I'm going to increase your money, man. You might get 3 times that when you wake up. This is crazy, though. But this really how people think, though. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, y'all need to read that again. Like, keep that in y'all book, Proverbs chapter 3, verse 27 and 28. And so I'm going to go to my next. I'm going to go to 2 Corinthians. Paul really get down on this, too. So, you know, he must have seen a lot of shiesty stuff going on in Israel. You know, we was treating each other real bad at one point. 2 Corinthians chapter 9. I'm going to pick it up in 2 Corinthians chapter 9. So this 2 Corinthians chapter 9 and verse 7. Check this out, y'all. It say, every man according as his purpose in his heart. So let him give, not grudgingly. There they go again. Don't give grudgingly. Or of necessity, for God loveth a cheerful giver. So don't give because you feel like you gotta give. Oh man, you know, man, I need to get dude something. You know, it just ain't right or whatever. No, you know, don't mumble over it. God say he like a cheerful giver, cause he happy when he give you something. So why you want to be happy when you give somebody else something? You see what I'm saying? We got to chill that out, man. Cause I know I've done it. Like real talk, I ain't always been on the flow, and those people that know me know what I mean. Like they know I ain't lying. You know, verse 9. I'm gonna skip down to verse 9. It says, as it is written, he hath dispersed abroad, he hath given to the poor, his righteousness remaineth forever. So, you know, like it say, man, you know, even the Messiah did that. So, man, you give to the poor, man, that righteousness lasts forever. Now, you already heard it cover a multitude of sin. So, y'all, we really need to pay attention to this being nice to people. Hospitality, as it called in one verse. So, watch this. Colossians chapter 3. So I'm gonna go to Colossians chapter, and I actually could have put a whole bunch of them in here, but I just wanted to get to the point because I want this to really touch somebody. I don't want to just go through a whole library. So Colossians chapter 3, right? And I'm gonna pick this up in verse 8. Colossians chapter 3 and 8. It says, but now ye also put off all these: anger, wrath, malice, blasphemy, filthy communication out of your mouth. So if you want to be a changed person, all that stuff that we used to do when we was kids or kids in the mind, put away from it. All that filthy talking about nothing and putting curses on people, like literal curses, saying you wish they die. Anger, always angry, got something malicious on your mind, and blasphemy, just talking crazy. Just put all that away. Now watch this. It also says, lie not one to another, seeing that ye have put off the old man with his deeds. You hear that? He says, so stop lying to each other. Like, I know people that's habitual liars. Like, they just lie for no reason. Like, you ain't even have to lie to kick it. Remember that song, you ain't got to lie to kick it? It's like, man, them is the deeds of your old self. Like, what you lying for, man? Just stop. Just change yourself. You see what I'm saying? Let me skip to the next one. I'm going to skip down to verse 12. Verse 12. Check this out, y'all. It says, put on therefore as the elect of God, holy and beloved, bowels of mercies, kindness, humbleness of mind, meekness, long suffering. So these are the characteristics he wants you to have. He wants you to have bowels of mercies. Like, you got to learn how to show mercy on people. Like, it's times I want to choke the booger out of cat, but I'll let them slide because I know they really don't know no better. And then you see other people that just do stuff and it irritates. You got to learn to be a little long suffering. Because trust me, I can show you a scripture where God said he winked at some of the stuff we did. Like as Israelites, he said that we was idol worshiping and everything. He said he winked at it. Man, he tried to act like he didn't see it. He did a little wink, like, all right, I'm gonna let that slide. But he said the day finna come with his wrath coming. So you got to learn to be long suffering because God been long suffering with us. All of us deserve death at some point in time. Now watch this, right? It says 13, for bearing one another. That means putting up with each other. It says, and forgiving one another. You got to forgive each other. You can't ask God for forgiveness. I can show you a script for that too. It says, if any man have a quarrel against any, even as Christ forgave you, so also do ye. You see what I'm saying? Christ forgive you because, you know, he literally takes your prayers to the Father and petitions them for you. So you got to forgive somebody else, so you can't even pray to the Father in Christ's name. You see what I'm saying? That's hypocritical. This is all part of decent, God-fearing hospitality right here, man. Like this the best. It's this one-on-one. You can't get no better than this. So let me see. What was I at? 8, 12, 14. Oh, okay. I was at 14. Yeah, for sure. And also, when I was in 1 Corinthians before that, I read 1 Corinthians 13, 1 through 4. And when I got to verse 8, I meant to tell y'all this. It talks about, matter of fact, I'm going to go back and read that. That's what I'm going to do. Because I didn't read it. I'm going to go back and read that. So, yeah, man. So as you see this, these are just things that we got to learn to do, y'all. I know we all are work in progress, but we got to, you know, we got to speed it up, man. Time getting short. I can like literally feel it. And I'm not a spooky cat. So, I'm going to read this 1 Corinthians 13, man, because this is really key right here. 1 Corinthians chapter 13. I almost forgot I had it right there. And I think I know why too. But 1 Corinthians 13. And I want to pick this up at 1 Corinthians 13. And I'm going to pick it up at verse 1. 1 Corinthians 13 and 1. Let me see. Oh, no, I did read this. The part that I forgot to read to y'all was in verse 8, right? In 1 Corinthians chapter 13, in verse 8, it says, charity never faileth, but whether there be no prophecies, there shall fail. Whether there be tongues, they shall cease. And whether there be knowledge, it shall vanish away. Now, peep that. He said, charity never fails. Charity. Nothing can go wrong with charity. Like, it won't fade away, right? Watch this. It says, but whether there be prophecies, they shall fail. What do that mean? You have false prophets. So it's people that make prophecies that don't come to pass. So they can fail. Watch what other gift that can fail. It says, whether there be tongues, they shall cease. So it's cats that got the gift of tongues. They can speak all type of languages. But one day they going to die and they ain't going to be able to talk. They going to lose speech. They going to lose power of speech. So that gift ain't going to do them no good. Now watch this. Whether there be knowledge, it shall vanish away. And this is very true because I don't care what you know, how wise you is. When you die, the dead know nothing. And you can find that in Ecclesiastes chapter 9, I believe it is. Yeah, Ecclesiastes chapter 9, verse 5 and 6. That precept bags up this where he said knowledge will fade away. Because in Ecclesiastes chapter 9, verse 5 and 6, he tell you that the dead knoweth not a thing. And it said their thoughts perish and all that. So read all that. That's a good one for you. And I'm going to skip down to this one because it's the part I have forgot this part. I'm going to skip down to verse 13. Listen to this, y'all. It says, and now abideth faith, hope, charity. These three, but the greatest of these are charity. Y'all hear that? So out of faith, hope, and charity, them is just three great aspects to have, right? You try to get to the kingdom. But it say out of them three, the greatest is charity. So it's something about this charity, man. Like we can't get away from it. So we got to learn to be kinder to each other and stop tripping about little stuff, you know, like it's the end of the world. And so, like I said, I wasn't going to be on here too long. I just hope that was inspiring from somebody. As y'all see, the Sabbath is leaving me. So, you know, I'm about to be sad because I love the Sabbath days. But when y'all get a chance, I want y'all to read Matthew, the 25th chapter, like verse 31 through 46. And I want to show y'all what Jesus Christ, the Mashiach, has to say about how you treat people that, you know, don't have, less fortunate people. And paraphrasing it, but you should read it from like verse 30. You read the whole chapter, but read it from like verse 31 all the way to the end, verse 46. And man, it ain't looking good. He said, if they was naked and you ain't clothe them, if they was hungry, you ain't feed them, if they was sick and you ain't visit them, then basically he said, you did that to me. He said, you didn't do that to them. He said, if you did it to the least of my brethren, you did that to me. Then he say, I'm going to tell you, get on the left with the goats, fam. And I'm throwing you in the lake of fire that's prepared with Satan and his angels. Oh, all that for not helping people when you could? Put it in context, y'all. Sometimes you ain't got nothing to help nobody. You barely can help yourself. He's specifically talking when you do. So say you flat broke and you hit a lick tomorrow for $1,000, right? And you got some bills to pay off, chop, 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 pay up them bills. You know what I'm saying? Get a Lord his. You're going to have some fun bucks messed up. What? You're going to have some fun bucks left over, right? What you going to do when you come across a brother that you know, a sister that's hurting, like really bad, like they barely got food to eat? I'm going to let you think about that. And then you go read Matthew chapter 25, verse 31 and 46. And it's time for us to do self-checks to see if we really serving the Lord. And I'm going to tell you what else this inspired me to do too. I got to get on top of my stuff because I got too many opportunities that the Most High done blessed me with. I'm not a non-talented cat. That's, you know what I'm saying? Got to step my game up so I can help some people, man. There's people out here that need help, and we can do it, y'all. So with that, I say grace and peace. I thank y'all for stopping in with me, and shalom, shalom.